Hey folks, it's your main man E, as in Eric, with Follow the Leader Canine in Santa Barbara, California. I wanted to talk to you guys today about something I don't hear people talking about, which is ultimately, what's the goal? What's the point and the goal of training your dog? With so many videos showing the step-by-step process and so many videos talking about solving problems or how to set up your puppy for success, I don't see enough videos showing the finished product in the real world with dogs that had previously had behavioral issues or simply puppies that were trained properly from the time they were young. And so I wanted to do this video and just go over a number of dogs here and talk a little bit about what they had struggled with in the past and overwhelmingly how much they just inherently understand the importance of following me around, being calm when I'm calm, and getting excited at the appropriate time. You're gonna notice in this video, I'm not gonna have to be saying the dog's names to get them to follow me around. I'm not gonna have to be putting them in commands or using the remote collar, which I have, or using the treats, which I have, or using my retractable leash, which I have, or my clicker, which I have, okay? I'm not gonna have to do any of that. These dogs have been trained. And the goal of a trained dog is a dog that just knows how to make decisions on their own without really us needing to say anything, especially when it comes to places and situations that we've done a number of times. In this case here, some of these dogs have been here dozens of times. Some of them have just been here several times. And some of them, this might be their first time here or their second time here. But I wanted to overwhelmingly just show you guys how calm they are, how relaxed they are, and how attentive they are. Now let's talk about some of these dogs. We got Louie here, this Kerry Blue Terrier. When he was just a young pup, he developed a very scary dog reactivity issue. His owners were very concerned because when they would take him around dogs, he was terrifying. Now, if you don't know, Kerry Blue Terriers, they have a history genetically of being a dog used for dog fighting. So understandably, he was confused. He thought maybe he was in Ireland, they were going to do dog fighting, but they weren't. He came into our program. We did weeks of training with him, and his mom put in a lot of work afterwards, putting in those reps over and over and over again with the remote collar. He is now such a socially stable dog and so friendly with all the dogs when we bring him here, even after we haven't seen him in months. He comes back and there's no attitude. He's just the sweetest dog. He has no issues. He doesn't want to fight any dogs ever. He's very confident in himself. I believe he actually is able to help other dogs that are like how he used to be and help them heal and help them get better. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Bailey here. Bailey was adopted not that long ago. She had some sort of dog reactivity issue at the in-laws' house or mom and dad's house. She'd be getting grumpy with other dogs, getting snappy, taking her on walks. Sometimes she'd be getting reactive. Well, we did some training with Bailey and her mom did a lot of work. And we noticed Bailey has improved drastically. In particular, one thing was her separation anxiety. She would get very anxious when left alone. We've seen a huge increase in all of her behaviors and a huge decrease in any of the problems. So she's much more obedient and she listens and she's calm and she's way less nervous and reactive and grumpy. Bear Cub here, he's been coming to us since he's just a little bear cub, since he was just a little baby. Believe it or not, folks, this is one of the most stout labs you will ever meet. He's extremely strong-willed. He's a sweet boy, but he is very determined and very strong-willed. When he makes his mind up about something, he wants to do something, that is the struggle. Now, his mom got him in for training, and she did a lot of work too, and we see now he's just matured into a great boy. He's a great boy. We're always working with him because he's a strong-willed pup, but he's just been an asset. He loves playing with dogs. He loves coming back when called. Bear, come. He's good with the grandkids. Yeah. Now let's talk about Roxy. Roxy came to us from the shelter. She didn't really know anything. We donated a session to her mom. Come on, let's go. We donated a session to Roxy's mom because Roxy was not doing good with dogs, didn't know how to walk on a leash or any of that stuff. Roxy's doing incredible. Her mom put a lot of work in. We're now just focusing on building up her confidence off leash, and building up her confidence and happiness off leash, so she just learns to enjoy the freedom a little bit more. Come on, Rox. Come on, Roxy. Come on, baby girl. Come on, princess. Come on. Let's go. Oh, Gussie boy, Gus. Oh, Gus is a terrier. Have you guys ever known one of those little terrier dogs like Gus that's just very determined? He's like Bear, folks. He is a strong-willed dog, and he gets confused. He thinks he's supposed to do stuff. You're like, Gus, don't do that. And he is like, I'm going to do that. So Gus also spent a lot of weeks in training. His mom did a lot of work setting him up for success in the home, structuring things with her other dogs in the household. Okay, and she did an incredible job because now Gus is one of our helper dogs. He really helps us teach puppies how to play. He really helps us with dogs that are fearful or nervous. He helps bring them out of their shell. He's even become a great little brother to his sister, who previously had issues fighting the other dog in the home. He's become literally her best buddy. And it's the most beautiful thing, where they just play and they wrestle and they cuddle, and he can cuddle in the bed and sleep in the bed and all that stuff. And he just does great. Okay, Lucas here, believe it or not, folks, was one of the most challenging cases I ever met in so many dogs. He was completely terrified of everything, going after people, going after dogs. His mom did an insane amount of work, a lot of hand feeding, existential feeding. He's been coming to us for a while. He now lives in a household with 3 dogs and 2 cats. And that's amazing, because before he was having issues just with 1 dog living in the house with him. Obviously, last but far from least is the Beanie. Bean, come on, Bean. Bean has come an incredibly long way. She came to us as just a puppy, perhaps had a little bit of a rough start, maybe caused some trauma before she came to us, because maybe she was birthed in the shelter, but whatever happened, there was a little bit of fear with her. And we've seen this from time to time, that her fear takes over and she could become scary. There's some sort of DNA in there, that's some sort of livestock guardian or some sort of herding breed, and she'll get in her mind that something's not doing the right thing, and next thing you know, she's barking and she's saying, do this, do that. Bean, come. But her mom, her dad, even her older sister, they did so much work with her. They worked so hard with her, giving her everything that she needed to be fulfilled and setting those boundaries with her, letting her know, hey, Bean, some of these behaviors, they're just not going to be okay with us. They communicated with me super well. Hey, Eric, we're struggling here. We're struggling there. And we worked together as a team to figure out, hey, what were the exact places we needed to work on these things with her to maintain success, okay? And what we found is she's doing freaking incredible. Today, she was around many dogs that she never met. We've just seen many dogs off leash. Man, she's just real calm, smelling, curious, cautious, trying to play. Her mom was telling me the other day she was out and a dog even kind of pestered her, was being rude, and her and her friend, they just turned their way and walked away. So, I just wanted to make this video for every one of these people who owns these dogs. First of all, tell them how proud they should be of themselves, that they've put the work in, or the dog's at this level, that they come out with me. Guys, nobody's perfect. My own Amanita is not perfect, okay? I'm not perfect. Gus still makes his little bark sometimes. Hey, whatever. But the reality is 85% of the time when I'm out with this gang, this is what it's like, folks. When it's a calm place and it's pretty predictable, how nice does this feel? Like, how nice does this feel to be out with 8 dogs? No fear, no anxiety, no worries that a dog's going to run off or a dog's going to not listen. No, it's the opposite. It's just an overwhelming feeling of trust walking with my group here. Good girl, Bailey. Good girl, Bay. There's nothing wrong giving treats. There's nothing wrong using the remotes, folks. But ultimately, we must remember that the ultimate goal is to have a dog that is making decisions on their own, like these guys, and making good choices without us needing to manage them and pester them or constantly, give them rewards. They just understand, man, I got a great owner, and if I just kind of follow this person around, try my best to listen to them, my life is going to be so great. It's not to say these dogs can't listen and they can't do commands. They can. But we like to mix it up. And sometimes we walk in a structured manner with a lot of rules. Sometimes we walk in a really relaxed way like this, and we just let the dogs do what they want. We go to a place where there's not many distractions. It's safe. There's no cars. And we can just let the dogs be dogs here. And sometimes we mix it up. We'll have a period of time where we're really working with the dog, and we have a period of time where we just let them go crazy and let them be dogs. Bear cub. There he is, good boy. Oh my God, his fast walk is so funny. Okay, so let's see how they do with their obedience. Down. No. Down. No. No. Gus, no. Down. Louie, no. Down. Roxy, no. Down. Bean, no. No. Down. No. I still haven't used my remote collars. Bean. Bean. Down. No. Down. No. Down. So this is where in another training session with Bean, I probably want to go back to having a leash on her with a little pull tab so I can guide her into it down. Or I just want to use my remote more regularly or my food to remind her, hey Bean, I'm just going to say it once and then you're going to lay down. And I'll show you right now just because I have nothing against these remotes. They're great. No, Bean, no, down. This is the vibration. No, Bean, no. Nope, nope, down. It's really important when they itch your neck that you don't stop pushing the vibrate button because they will think you're training them to itch their neck on command. Or they'll think that itching the neck makes the remote turn off. I was just using vibrate there with her. There's nothing wrong using stimulation on the remotes. Just I use vibrate a lot when I have this many dogs out. Break! Okay, folks. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. And these are one of your dogs here. Be so proud of yourself. Know that you got the upper echelon, the 1/10 of 1% of dogs that are at this level of training, this level of obedience, this level of fulfillment. We'll see you then, folks. Take care.